Hello out there, and today I was actually hoping to post a different video, a what if I was the CEO of Benchmade video, and I am working on that one, guys, but yeah, I was reviewing it just today, and it's not good. So I'm not posting that. I'm going to refilm it, but good news is I got a very cool box to unbox today, a massive Spyderco box. Some really cool stuff from them. None of it's mine, but we're going to take a quick look at it. It is definitely the time of Spyderco right now. All of their stuff is starting to come out. They're announcing some new really good stuff. So yeah, lots of Spyderco stuff recently. I also did get my smock back from my buddy Doc P91B. He did a really good review on it. I'm going to link to that down below, so check his video out and his channel. It's a massive channel, but if you haven't already gotten on board with it, you definitely should. And then my follow-up on this knife will be coming in the near future as well, I hope. But let's just get into this box and see what we have here. We have 2 sprint runs and 1 brand new model. And the new model is probably the most expensive production knife that I've ever had in my hands. Maybe not true, but it's going to be up there. And you know that a knife is expensive if it comes in the pouch and not the box. So we're going to definitely start with that one. The other 2, both very cool as well. The UKPK in red, and then the Meerkat in Vitoku 2, which we talked about very recently as well. But this is the one right here. There we go. The Paysan. Hopefully I'm saying it right. I'm terrible at pronouncing knife names, but Paysan. This one was actually purchased by my buddy Daddio EDC. I will actually link to him down below as well, Instagram and YouTube. He does some really good knife reviews, just doesn't do too many of them. But he's gotten more active, and his channel is growing, and with good reason. He's a really thoughtful guy, makes some really nice in-depth reviews. But this is his knife. He has been kind enough to let me check it out for a very short amount of time. And here it is. All right, so if we were debating the cost of the Drunken, we're definitely going to debate this one as well. This is an S90V, just like the Drunken. I believe made in Taiwan, just like the Drunken. It is actually more expensive than the Drunken, coming in at $520. So for $520, it better be absolutely perfect. This design is from Peter Recenti, I believe is how you say his name. It's gorgeous. Honestly, guys, between this and the Drunken, when I first heard about these, I was much more attracted to this knife. The only reason that I didn't start a savings fund for it is just the size. Let me see if I can bring out the paramilitary 2. So the paramilitary 2 is basically at the top of the line of blade lengths that I would want to carry, just overall length. And the Paysan really isn't that much longer, but the blade is like 3.7, you know, just a little bit on the larger size for me. So I don't know, maybe that's just how I justified putting this one out of my my reach, but it is gorgeous. Looks to be nicely executed. Again, I'm seeing it for the first time here. I think a big part of the price point here is that we have 1 piece of solid titanium. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if Spyderco has actually ever done that before either. So this is definitely a not for everybody kind of knife. It does have a good heft to it. Pretty thick blade stock up there too. But I know Recenti's knives, they go for a pretty penny, and I don't know if this is even close to the quality of his customs or anything like that, but getting his work in a production at $520 for a number of people, they're going to think of this as a steal. And I feel like this is going to be right up there with the Nirvana as like these classic, high-priced, high-end and high-in demand amongst a select crowd kind of designs. So yeah, I'm only going to close it once. It feels pretty smooth, but it's not mine to break in. Everything that I see, though, is pretty close to, yeah, to perfect as far as execution. Could the detent be a little bit better? Probably, but it's not bad. And for how heavy the blade is, it's going to work out just fine. I mean, pretty clean with that stainless steel insert. You can almost not see it at all. So yeah, I mean, I feel like it's machined pretty nicely, and it's an excellent looking design. If they came out with a more budget version that was about a ½ inch shorter, I would jump all over that. Don't know that they will, but if anyone from Spyderco is watching, please do. So if you want a little more information, actually, before I open the next one, here you go. You can like pause and zoom in. And that is all the info about the knife. So, all right, so 2 more in the standard Spyderco boxes. One of them is a model that you've seen on the channel before. I actually used to own it, and we'll go into that one next. So this is the Meerkat. I had the Meerkat in HAP 40, that sprint run from a year or so ago, and this one is in Vitoku 2, so really similar, same kind of laminate steel, same deal. I ended up selling the Meerkat. I do really like the design though, and I'm trying to remember how to close it. And that was always like the special thing. It's closed with the scale, see? So the way that you disengage the locking mechanism is by actually moving the whole scale here. So it's very unique. And then it closes. So thumb deployment, then you push down right here, and you can do it one-handed, I believe. Yeah. And I always was sort of bummed that I didn't keep that knife. I didn't like the orange in the HAP 40. This is a much more attractive looking one. But yeah, very cool knife. So that is the Meerkat. Tip down, not going to be everybody's favorite, but it is a classic Spyderco design, and I'm glad that they bring it back. You know, I'd like to see them do maybe a little bit more with it if they can, but it's good to keep stuff like this alive. Good little knife. This one, I believe, comes in at like $95. I think the HAP 40 one was like right around the same price too. Some of the sprints, though, guys, some of them are really expensive. Some of them are good deals. And I think the next one is actually a pretty good deal. So this is a UKPK, so the UK pen knife, and this is a slip joint. And I'm actually going to pull out the information here because I'm not 100% sure who it's exclusive to. But yeah, this is exclusive to Heine Haynes. And yeah, that's an overseas, like a European, I think, distributor. Might actually be from the UK. And so this might be a little bit hard to get in the United States. But yeah, what's pretty special about this is that it's S30V blade steel, red G10. I think the standard version was in VG10. And that's actually not a very expensive knife, but with the Spyderco like price raises of the past few years, it isn't as cheap as it used to be. And this knife, depending on where you can get it, you know, you might have to pay some shipping, but I think it's going to be right around $75 for S30V, a slip joint that really resembles like a Dragonfly or a Delica. And these things just, Spyderco does a really good job with their springs, with like the initial slip joint tension that, you know, it's not that easy to break. And even when you do, you have this forward choil that, like, for most people, this would be able to accomplish almost every task that you would have. And and it's a good user kind of slip joint. You know, maybe not as classy looking as others, but I mean, it's distinctly a Spyderco, and it's going to be for people who can't carry, you know, anything legally, you know, that locks up maybe. But also, I mean, 75 bucks for S30V in this market, there aren't really that many knives out there where you can get that, and this is a good Spyderco design as well. So I think it's a great bargain if you can get your hands on one of these. The red G10 is actually, it's more of like a maroonish, like a little dark to it, like a garnet. I don't know. I'm just making up colors that begin or that have to do with red. But yeah, it's not just like a fire engine kind of red. It does have this darkness to it that makes it very attractive. Nice satin finish. Fit and finish on this one looks pretty good. Wire clip, reversible. So yeah, it checks a lot of boxes, and it's going to be super lightweight too. So this is one of those knives that I know I would really like, but I'd probably never carry it because I'd always go with something that locks up. But again, just depending on your needs, going to be a great knife for you. And yeah, I'm sure just the regular UKPK, but sometimes, like I said, those sprint runs just are very economical and not much more expensive than the standard version. I always feel that way with the natives, but this one definitely as well. So yeah, those are the three knives. Just wanted to give a quick look at all of them and a quick unboxing. Thank you to everyone who purchased them and just let me take a look at them. Really appreciate that. Like I said, check out Daddy-O EDC for more on this this really awesome Paysan, and then I will have more Spyderco stuff with the smock. A couple other follow-ups in the near future. All right, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and take care. I will talk with you soon. Have a good one.